sometimes I try to shy away from certain things, but it's now a challenge to me that whenever any idea comes to my mind, I don't wait for any, I make sure I take up what Maxwell said. Do it now. In I must make that thing actionable now. And that has really resulted in yielding some dividends for me. Thank you.
Okay, awesome, Mr.
That's
Prince.
great.
That's awesome.
That's great. Do we have anyone else that will be sharing something? Anyone else? Do you have anyone else? Please, if you do, you can raise your hand or just unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, so Mr. Smart Star.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so can we start at 6 o'clock?
Okay.
And I'm one that I like to keep the time.
Okay, I like that. Just a minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so is somebody admitting, I don't know everybody that is ought to be on this call. So is somebody else admitting so that I know that?
I'm also admitting that's where
Okay,
I'm
fine. So
having
so let
issues.
me let me leave that to you, sir, because I don't
Okay.
know all the people that ought to be here. So let me just leave that to you, sir.
Okay, ma'am. So
Thank
let's
you.
start.
All
You are
right.
welcome to this. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from or wherever you joined us from. We are here today to take the third session of the John Maxwell series. And to take us in this session today, we have a Microsoft and UNESCO certified educator, a TEFL certified person, an educational consultant, a life coach, and an SDG advocate. And she is no other person but Mrs. Margaret Okunlenu. Please, let's put our hands together as we welcome her.
Oh, thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Mr. Abasi, for helping us with the sharing as well. In fact, I was thinking I was going to do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate Mr. Kia Mbasi. Thank you. All right, so Mr. Smart, thank you. Thank you for that introduction as well. Thank you, everyone, for the virtual and claps. Thank you. And I'm honored to be here. I'm so honored to be here. Okay, so am I loud and clear before I
I can
start?
hear you. You can go ahead,
All
ma'am.
right, sir. All right, sir. All right, so we've been having those classes, like Madam Fatima said, for 3 weeks now. And this is the third session. Awesome. Third session, awesome. And so when I started, I know we came in at 5:50. So I asked us what are the things that we have learned so far. I mean, John Maxwell leadership program is rich, is very rich, very, very rich. I remember the first time I, went through the class and I was like, no, I have to, put my whole self into this, And so all right. So learning is a continuous thing. And that was why when we came in, I asked the question. So what are the things we have learned so far before we move on to the next thing, which is relationship and success to significance? What are the things? Just that Mr. Prince was the only one that okay, I'm getting a lot of distractions here. So just Mr. Prince was the only one that said something. Can I have two more people? We still have like 2 minutes before we delve in fully. So 2 more people to tell us something about what they've learned so far. Thank you. I can see a hand up. I don't know, Mr. Smart. I don't know if you can see the person's name, but the hand is up. Or do I call names? Do I just call?
Yeah, it's Gaspard Gilibana.
Okay, so can we have you, Mr. Gaspar? You want to talk to us? Mr. Gaspar, can you hear us? Okay. I think Harriet wants to say something. Oh, she's just joining.
If there is anyone, I let the person speak.
Yeah. Anyone? Okay, so let me ask some few questions before I delve in. Now, when we started with attitude, I'm sure we've done the lesson on attitude, right? Anyone?
Yes, we have.
Okay, so attitude, when we talk about attitude, John Maxwell told us something about attitude. Are we there? Is everybody here?
Yes.
Okay. It says five attitude traits that John Maxwell told us about. If you can't mention all 5, maybe 1 or 2. Anybody? 5 attitude traits that John Maxwell told us about. What are they?
Good afternoon.
Okay,
Good afternoon.
Good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, too. Yeah, I'm Ernest from Rwanda. I
Okay.
just want to share what I have got so far in
Okay.
this training.
Okay.
The last training, we got a slogan that do it now, do it now, do it now. In fact, I learned not to procrastinate, and which is
Yeah.
very good. If there is something
Mm.
you have to do it now. You can even
Mm.
repeat it so many times so that it enters you. Then you do it.
Mm.
That's what I got. That was my take home last time.
Mm.
Thanks.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Do it now. Do it now. And if you know, after every round table, we advise that we should take action. Take action, because if we don't, we tend to tell ourselves, well, later, I'll do it later. And what happens? You start piling them up. So do what? Take actions. Do it now, do it now, do it now. Thank you so much, sir. Yes, anybody else? Okay. So let me just quickly say this on the 5 attitude traits, and then we'll start with today's class. Now, the 5 attitude traits that I asked were: 1, be positive. Be positive. Say things in a better way, and we live a better life. I can't unmute myself. Okay, someone is saying they can't unmute themselves. I think they were trying to ask a question or say something. Isa also said he can't unmute himself. Be positive. Be teachable. Be persistent. People with this attitude traits that were talked about in attitude. 1, they are positive, they are teachable, they are solution focused, they are persistent, and they are grateful people. And they are grateful people. Now, moving on to what we have today. Firstly, we're going to watch the video, and then we'll start with our discussions. But I would just want to say that we should please take notes, because I'll ask questions. So are we ready? Are we ready? Awesome. Awesome. Yes. I want this to be something that it's not a one-way thing. Everybody participating,
Yes, we
everybody
are.
taking action in everything. So
We
are
are
we
ready.
show me some excitement? All right, so let's just watch the video. You loud though.
Books that you put in of those books. Book every year till high school.
Let me see if I can play it from my end. We can't. Let me see.
It is lagging so much.
Yes. So let me see if I can share it from my end, sir. I want to try and see if I can share it from my end, sir. Is that okay?
Yep, it
Okay,
is.
sir. All right, sir. Oh. So let me get to the video. Video 4. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen.
Hello.
Okay. Can
I
we see
can't.
my screen? Okay. Can we see my screen?
Yes, we can. We can.
Now
Okay.
can.
We can.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Loud.
It's not
Okay.
calculate.
Okay.
Today I want to talk to
The screen is
I,
it's not back.
I think the people joining that are popping up on your screen might be a
Yeah.
little bit close.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So let me see again.
I just wish Mr. Jonas.
today I want to talk to you about
Is it loud and
relationships.
clear?
When I was in the 7th grade, I
Sure.
read a book called How
All
to
right.
Win Friends and
Yes.
Influence
Yes.
People by Dale Carnegie. My father, when each one
Very
of
loud.
us children, I was the middle
All right.
child, got to the 7th grade, he literally paid us an allowance to read books that he put in our hands because he felt that reading good books could change your life, and that was one of those books. That did change my life. In fact, I read that book every year through high school and took 2 Dale Carnegie relationship classes while I was in high school. What I knew as a very young man that I'm sharing with you now as a very old man is this. The quality of your relationships will determine the quality of your life. I wrote a book called 25 Ways to Win with People, which was really a book that was kind of my Dale Carnegie book, helping people to win with relationships. And in that book, on 25 Ways to Win with People, there are 5 people practices that I want to give you that will help you in getting better relationally with other people. Number 1, practice the 30-second rule. This is a simple thing that you can do, and you can start doing it immediately. The 30-second rule means that within the first 30 seconds that you see somebody or meet them, say something positive about their life. Compliment them. Something that is nice. In the first 30 seconds, be intentional to start your conversation off in a positive way with another person. The second thing that I would encourage you to do, it's a great practice, is to listen with your heart. Now, I know we have ears to listen, but listening with your heart is wanting to listen. It focuses on us really wanting to understand the person that we're hearing from. Now, this is a practice that I had to learn because I was not a naturally good listener. In fact, I had one of my staff members one day come up to me and have an honest moment with me and say, John, you don't listen to us. And for a moment, that was hard for me to receive, and I kind of pushed back and was defensive. But the longer that I thought about it, the more I realized that she was exactly right. I didn't listen well. So for the next couple of years on my legal pad, I'd put a big L over in the right-hand top corner of that legal pad. That big L just stood for listen. And I would get into meetings, and I would be tempted to talk more than I should, and I'd see the big L on the legal pad, and I'd just say, shut up, John. Listen. Listen with your heart. Listen to understand. Listen to care. The third thing that I would encourage you to practice in relationships is to remember a person's story. I've discovered that everyone has a story, and I love to hear what their story is. I love to ask them about their story. I can remember Margaret and I many years ago going into an Italian restaurant down in the area where we live in Florida called Evo's. And as we were ordering food, I asked for a Coke Zero, and the waitress said they didn't have Coke Zero there. They had Diet Coke. So I said, okay, and I took the Diet Coke. We came in about maybe a month later, and I sat down, and I started ordering my food, and the waitress came up to me, and she had a Coke Zero. And she began to pour it into my glass of ice, and I looked at her and said, "Oh my goodness, you got Coke Zero." She said, "Sure, Mr. Maxwell." She said, "When you were here last, you said that was your favorite drink, and so we have it now in stock for you. We remembered that's what you liked, and so therefore we wanted to serve you well." You see, she remembered my story. And one of the best ways to value people is just to remember their stories. It will make them feel special. Number 4, create a memory and visit it often. I love to create memories. In fact, I try to do it on a daily basis. And with my children as they grew up, and now with my grandchildren, I was always asking them 2 questions. Every experience that we had, big experience, small experience, it didn't matter. I would ask them these 2 questions. What did you love and what did you learn? I've been asking those questions now for 40 years. And trust me, every experience that you have, you need to evaluate and pull out of that experience something that will help you grow and learn. Asking a person what they love, what they learned, will help them to kind of evaluate those experiences and create those memories with those families and other people around you that they just will never forget. And finally, help people win. This works with family, this works with friends and business associates. Help people to learn how to win. What I've discovered is that most people go through experiences of life and they don't get a lot of wins. And if you have the ability to make things happen for yourself, then help make things happen for others. In fact, one of the great transitions I had in my life relationally was when I quit trying to make things happen always for me, and I began to set things up that would happen for others so that they could experience the wins, so they could experience the joys. Here's what I know. As you look back on your life, the relationships that you have on your life will give you your greatest memories, and they'll also give you your most difficult, saddest moments. But if you're intentional in building into people's lives and adding value to people on a daily basis, I can promise you, you'll have a lot of good memories with a lot of good people that will give you a foundation of relational success. Because leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Where do you gain influence with people? By connecting with them and relating to them. Remember this, people won't go along with you unless they can get along with you. So be a person that they can get along with. And then you can go together on that journey. Now, today's round table is going to be a little different than all the previous ones. You're going to do this regular round table on relationships now. But after you're done, your leader is going to invite you to watch another video called My Most Important.
Sit on the wall, now that will run away. Sit there now.
Okay. So we are back. Yes, like someone said, can we please mute our mics, please?
Hit it, you didn't hit it to kill it. You are doing.
Ouch.
You don't have a board.
Oh, please, Miss Victoria Oluyemi, please, can you mute your mic? Miss Victoria Oluyemi, please mute your mic. Thank you.
Okay. All right, so welcome back. So how was it? How was that video?
Great.
Awesome. Yeah.
Informative.
Thank you, Mr. Prince. Mr. Prince is so very, very encouraging. Okay, Mr. Mba, thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, so one or two things before I start asking questions. So what are the things you got from the video? Anybody wants to say something, please raise your hand so we call on you. Yep. Anybody? Okay, so I can see Mr. Issa's hand up. Quickly, please. So what did you get from the video? Mr. Nuruddin. Okay, so one after the other. we'll call on you. So I've called on Mr. Issa.
Yes.
Yes.
Good evening, everybody.
Good
I'm Issa
evening.
calling all the way from Kano State, Nigeria. What I got from the video is that we need to work in collaboration, and when we are working in collaboration, we are going to learn many things from different people. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Issa. So I have Miss Love.
Yeah. Good evening. Love Mark from Nigeria, Abuja precisely.
So
I learned that I should listen with my heart as I talk with people, and I should value them.
all right.
Also,
All
I
right.
should be intentional when I'm relating.
Intentionality. Very good. Very good. Okay, there are so many hands up. We'll just move on because we still have to read our manual. Thank you, everyone. Mr. Prince, I saw your write-ups. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. So let me quickly ask these questions. Yeah, I see many hands up, but we won't be able to take all the hands. Okay, so the quality of a relationship determines what? The quality of a relationship determines what?
The quality of your life.
Okay. So who answered that, please? Can I get the name, please?
Walter.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Walter. So the quality, John Maxwell says the quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. He said something about when his father used to allow them to read some books. He said reading a good book could do what? Reading a good book could do what?
Reading a book can change your life.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now listen with your heart. How do we listen with our heart?
Wanting to
Listening
listen.
to understand and care.
Wanting to listen to others.
Okay. There was
Listen to
something
understand.
there's a word I'm looking for.
Listen to understand
Okay.
and care.
Okay. So it's yes, every answer is correct. There are no wrong answers. The word I was looking for is focus.
Okay.
The word
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
So listening with your heart is focus. You are focused on the person. I hope you understand that. You are listening with your
Yeah.
heart, you are focused on the person. You know, it's possible you are listening to someone and you're looking all around you. You're looking at as in everyone is going and I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So listening with your heart is when you're focused on that person. You're intentional about hearing what the person is saying, and then you listen to care. Thank you very much. So let me try and share the ebook so that we can read from there. If not, Mr. Bassi, please, you have to help us to share. Let me see now. Several participants left the meeting, I guess network. I'm trying to share the notebook. Okay. Please open so that we can read. Or do we all have the, no, I have to share it. I'm trying to open it here. Okay, I'm even trying to open it here. Okay, it's opening. And then I'll share my screen. So now, before it opens, it said people practice that helps you to, on a good note with people. John Maxwell shared some people practices with us that helps us to be on a good note with people. So what are these people practices? Anyone?
Practice, say something positive about the person within the first 30 seconds you meet the person.
Yeah, so practice the 30 seconds rule, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so number 2, anybody?
Listening to them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, I love this class. And then number 3.
Listening with your mind.
Know that story. Listening up.
Sorry?
Remember a
I said,
person's
wait.
story.
Remember the story.
Remember a person's story. Yes.
Also
Remember a
value food.
person's story. Value people.
Value
Yes.
people. Them what they
Yes.
love and what they learn.
Evaluate any inspiration you have made.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, what else?
Help people win.
Help people win.
Help
Make
people
things
win.
happen for
Yes.
others.
Yes. And then number 4.
Number 4 is creating a memory.
Create memories. What did you learn? What did you love about, something like an event or something? Help them to remember what they learned, help them to remember what they love about that. And then the last one.
Remember people's story.
Story.
That was
Remember
number
people's
4.
story.
That was number 4.
Help people win.
Help people win. Thank you. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. So can you see my screen now? I'm sharing the ebook.
Yeah, but it's not very clear. It's too small.
Okay, let me see if I can enlarge. Can we see it? Is it better? Any better?
Yeah.
Is it better? Okay.
We can enlarge by ourselves. Sir.
It's still too small?
Small?
No, we can. You can zoom it personally. You can zoom it on your own.
Okay, but because I need everybody to see it.
Probably you try to rotate it now.
When you
Please try
zoom
to
it,
rotate
it
it so it can
will
be center.
it will become blur.
So is
No,
it that we can't?
I can read from my own screen. Though.
Okay. Okay. So okay.
Can you share it in the slides in the group WhatsApp kindly? Because some of us cannot see it.
Okay. So Mr. Bassett, please, if
Can I actually share it from here?
Some of us cannot see the word clearly. Please.
Okay.
On the
Can I share
WhatsApp
it
will be
from here?
better for us.
Okay.
So we can always
Mr.
get
Baki,
to
yeah,
it.
please do, sir.
Okay, so let me stop sharing so that somebody else can help share. Okay, so I've stopped sharing. Okay, so please go ahead and help us share. Okay, so who is sharing for us, please? Okay,
Mr.
okay.
Jonah.
Okay, okay.
But it's the same thing now.
I haven't even seen it.
This is better.
It's off. It's off. It's no longer the screen.
This is better. This is more okay.
Let's just be patient. But I haven't even seen it. Okay, so I can see it now. Oops. Okay. All right. Can you please help? Let me see. Yes. Okay, it's clear. I can see this. Good. Thank you so much, sir.
This is good too. This is
Okay,
good.
so you can move
So
it to think back. Think back. Okay, awesome. So can somebody please help us read that paragraph where we have think back to the most Mr. Ocho, please mute your mic. All right, so can someone please help us read?
Can I read,
Yes,
Dorothy?
go ahead, please. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank
Go
you.
ahead.
Think back to the most important experience of your life, the highest highs, the greatest victories, the most daunting obstacles overcome. How many of them happened to you alone? Probably very few. When you understand that being connected to others is one of the life's greatest joy, when you realize, somebody is moving. When you understand that being connected to others is one of the life's greatest joy, then you realize that life's best comes when you initiate and invest in solid relationships. Should I go on?
Yes, go on, please.
Few things in life are more important than people and our relationships with them. The quality of our relationship impacts every area of our lives. For that reason, we should do everything we can to create solid, positive relationship. Here are some of the things, some things to keep in mind as you do.
All right. So before we go there to the things we need to keep in mind, every one of us can testify that where we are today, in fact, that we're in this meeting today is by relationship, true or false?
True. True, madam.
Okay, so if you say true, if you're agreeing with me, I think Mr. Ayomide said true first. So if you say true, why do you say true?
Personally, I'd say that you're from
Okay,
different
Dorothy.
countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that you're from different countries, but you're all together. We converge together through this meeting to foster relationship
Beautiful.
and being able to listen to others and
Mm.
giving each other's opinions. It's one way of fostering good communication and relationship.
Beautiful. Thank you, Miss Dorothy. Yes, anybody else want to say something before we move on? Okay, I mean, no man is an island. There's no how I could have arranged for this meeting, but if I don't have people, how do we want to meet? How do we want to converge? How does the meeting now hold? That means I'll just be in the meeting room alone. So relationship matters. Like John C. Maxwell said, the quality of your relationships. I mean, we're all gathered in this place learning, this core values, how to behave, how to relate with people, setting our priorities right, being mindful about people, the people practice, how we listen to people, how we're not just as we're different, likewise our heart, that's why likewise our encounters. Some people behave in certain ways because of the way they've been treated by other people. But when we come together, when we're all together, we listen to care, we listen with our hearts, we listen to people's story, it gets better. The world becomes a better place. Let me use that word. Okay. Right, like Dorothy said, we are from different continents, we are from different places, yet we are all in one room. Imagine that. One room. And that's what the relationship we all have in this place. John C. Maxwell have brought us together to learn and to be better people. All right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, somebody else, please help us read the next paragraph. Every person either lifts others up to take or takes them down.
Every person either lifts
Okay.
others up or
Please,
takes
before you
them
read, let
down.
us know you and let us meet you.
Okay,
Please.
I am
Thank you.
Adejoke. I am Adejoke from Akure, Ondo State, Nigeria.
All right. You're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, so every person either lifts others up or takes them down. People are the sources of both our greatest joy and our greatest challenges. That's why John C. Maxwell teaches the elevator principle, which says we can lift people up or take people down in our relationships. When we help and encourage others, we lift them up. We add to their lives. We make them better. When we are negative and selfish, we take people down. Every day, we get to choose which we will be. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, so before I go on, somebody just asked that which screen are we reading from? So try and scroll down from your screen. The screen is just up there. Just try and scroll down if you get it. I just saw the message, which screen are you reading from? So just try and pull down your screen a bit. You'll see it. And if you don't, wow. Okay. So sorry. So just like I did, Joke just read, every person either lifts others up or takes them down. He said he has gotten it. Awesome. So that's where relationship comes in. The quality of your relationship determines the quality of your life. If you are with the right set of people, they pull you up. If you are with the wrong set of people, the other thing happens. So every person either lifts others up or takes them down. And as John C. Maxwell, let me call us learners, we are all learning to be great leaders. We are all learning to be fantastic people. I know that all we're learning is what to help to lift others up. Help to lift others up. Why do I say that? The 5 practices that we're given, it says you should practice the 30-second rule. And what's that in that 30-second rule? Be positive, compliment people once you meet them. And that's one of the things that help people even build confidence in themselves, right?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, there's another line, believing the best in people usually brings out the best in people. Who is going to read that for us, please?
I'll take it up. My name is
Thank
Caroline
you.
from.
Thank you, Carol.
You're welcome. I'm Caroline
Yeah.
from Nairobi, Kenya. I'll
Okay.
go.
All
Each
right.
of us has a choice in life. We can see the worst in people and base our treatment of them on on low expectations. Or we can choose to see the best in them and treat them accordingly. It's true that everyone gets disappointed by others in life. Everyone gets hurt. Everyone has trust and confidence misused. But our past disappointments don't have to color our future. We can and should try to build solid relationships, starting with the people closest and most important to us, our family, and radiating out from there.
Thank you so much, Caroline. So from what Caroline read now, I got this action point. Thank you so much, Mr. Prince. Thank you for typing in the chat room. Thank you so much. So from what Caroline read, I should just got to that line. I just told myself, take action. I just told myself, take action. So from the last paragraph that says it's true that everyone gets disappointed, please, I want everyone to look at that paragraph. It's true that everyone gets disappointed. I don't know, Miss, please, can you help us scroll down a bit, Mr. Jonah? Thank you. Thank you. So that last paragraph, it's true that everyone gets disappointed. Can we please, Caroline, can you please read that paragraph for us again?
It's true that everyone gets disappointed by others in life. Everyone gets hurt. Everyone has trust and confidence misused. But our past disappointments don't have to color our future. We can and should try to build solid relationships, starting with the people closest and most important to us, our family, and radiating out from there.
From there. Okay. So I'm sure that some other persons would have seen an action part in that paragraph. So who wants to help us to read that action part? Yes, we get heartbroken. Yes,
should
we
try
get
to build
disappointed.
solid relationship.
Thank
Starting with others.
you.
Is the people
Thank
closest to
you.
us there.
Thank you, Miss Love. We can and we
Yeah.
can and we should. It's like a commandment. We can do it. We can and we should try to build solid relationships, starting with the people closest to us and most important to us, and they are our family, and radiating out from there. So I don't believe in someone saying, I'm alone in the world. I don't have friends. I don't have people. People don't like me. But we can and we should try to build solid relationships. We start from our home, start from the people closest to us. So it's possible we have good relationships. Yes or yes? So I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving you with any option. Yeah, it's possible you have solid relationship, and then you treat others the way you want to be treated. That's my belief. If you want others to treat you right, then you have to treat them right. Okay, so let's move to the benefits. Thank you. Can we move? Okay. So the benefits, who is reading that for us, please?
I will.
All right, then let's have you. Thank you.
When you develop good relationships with
You
people.
didn't tell us your name.
I'm Margaret from Kampala, Uganda.
Awesome. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Yep.
When you develop good relationships with people, you experience the following benefits. 1, you live at peace with others. 2, you develop a strong network of people who want the best for you. 3, you experience the satisfaction of meeting the needs of others. 4, you experience the harmony of being treated as well as you treat others.
Awesome.
5, you are more likely to receive support from others when you need it.
These are very key and very true. Very key and very true points. Like we said, when you have good relationships, you're at peace now. Like we say in Nigeria, you're at peace now. When you have good relationships, you can go to bed with your two eyes closed.
Closed.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
can go to bed with your two eyes closed. No, you can beat your chest and say, no, I know I have people. Like something is happening in Nigeria now. There's fuel scarcity and all of that. The prices have been hiked. Some people are still driving their cars on the street. Some people are still going out. How, you would ask me? They find help. People just, hey, all right, do you have, I'm sorry for using that, all right means friend in Nigeria, in Yoruba language. Hey, all right, do you have fuel? I have this 5 liters I want to give you. All right, can I, that kind of a thing. In the time of crisis, the time when if you are surrounded by friends or foes. And so you need to keep your relationships clean. The people around you, surround yourself with important relationships that in the time of crisis, that what you're safe. Okay. So let's move steps to follow. Let's move to steps to follow. Thank you. Okay, so who is reading for us? Somebody have their hands up. Okay, so should we take them? Then we move to. Okay, so let's quickly take I'll take 2 persons. All right, so whoever starts first, because I can't really see your names.
Okay, blessing, Gila. We have blessing, Gila.
Okay, so let's have you, please. Blessing, probably you should unmute.
Okay, yes. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me now? Okay, point 1. Steps to follow. Put others first. John C. Maxwell reminds us that the entire population of the world, with one minor exception, is composed of other people. If we maintain perspective, it helps us to remember to put other people first. This week, focus on serving others and putting their needs ahead of your own.
So that's an action point this week. Focus on putting others first and putting their needs ahead of your own. Awesome. Yeah. So the second point.
The second.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. This is Vincent from Kenya.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I'm going to read the second point.
Okay.
Seek to understand others before being understood. Another lesson taught by John is exchange principle, which says, instead of putting others in their place, we must put ourselves in their place. How do you do that? By listening and working harder at understanding the other person's point of view instead of trying to get them to understand yours. This week, make it your goal to speak less, listen more, and understand others.
Thank you. This week, make it your goal to speak less, listen more, and understand others. Human beings, we can be very, very self-centered. Me, myself, and I. It has to be me. It has to be what I like. It has to be what I want. So the action point this week, make it your goal to speak less. Let's try it. If that's how we've been behaving, let's try it for once. Let's speak less. Let's listen to other people and then try to understand their own point of view. Are we promising to do that?
Yes.
Awesome. So number 3.
Okay. Reading number 3.
Yeah. Thank you. Have you read before?
No, this is my first time.
Okay. So what's the name, please?
I'm Bernard Kailanya
Okay. You're
from Meru,
welcome.
Kenya.
You're welcome. All right, so let's
Thank-
have you.
Okay. Number three says that repair unbroken relationship.
Hmm.
If you have unbroken relationship, you need to do all that you can to repair it.
Hmm.
This usually requires that you take the first step, do something to reach out to someone that you might have wronged.
Hmm.
Even if breakdown is not all your fault.
Hmm.
Make good relationships. When you make a good relationship a priority, you sometimes have to go fast in rebuilding them.
Hmm.
Apologize for your contribution to the problem and be open and forgiving,
Hmm. Hmm.
even if the other person does not respond in kind. Thank you.
Hmm. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. So repair a broken relationship. I mean, these points are so key. All right, let's move to our discussions our discussions. So let's evaluate yourself now. We've all read, we've all heard the lessons and the teaching. So evaluate yourself. Let's complete the self-evaluation section below. Now let's rate ourselves. Rate how well you demonstrate this quality in your life on a scale of 1 to 10. Rate how well you
How do
demonstrate this
we how do
quality.
we say the answer?
Okay, so you can type in the chat. You can type in the chat. You can't write on the screen. So you can type in the chat. I won't be able to call everybody. So once I see the chat, I can just call a name and then you say, now from 1 to 10, 1 being, well, maybe I'm just learning. Okay, love says 7. It's 5. I can say 5. I can say 7. Okay. I rate myself 7. Okay. Any more? 6, 7. Thank you for being honest. Arinze says she's 8. Woo. Okay, so let me ask Love. Love was the first chat I saw. So Love, can we have you? Madam Love, can we have you? So why do you rate yourself that? Why do you say that?
Yeah, okay. I think for my assessment, I apologize for my contribution to the problem.
Okay.
And I make up my mind to forgive others. I listen to
Oh,
people because I lead a team,
awesome. Mm,
and I try to get their own point of view because it's the
awesome.
team that achieve the
That
goal.
matters.
And
Yes. Yes.
although
Yes.
I don't, most times I don't speak less, I'm learning that one today. I try sometimes because I am the leader of the team, yeah. But I seek to understand them
Mm,
and like the exchange principle that we mentioned. Yeah,
mm. All right.
that's what
So
I feel.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Low. Okay, so Mr. Prince Patrick, can we have you? You said 7. You rated yourself 7.
Yes, I did that. And
Okay.
for me, I'm someone who value communication, trust, and respect. So that has always made me to kind of is in the way I handle my relationships. But I know that there is still room for me to grow. Because
To get better.
sometimes
Awesome.
I hesitate to fully express my emotions, and that sometimes creates some distance for me. So that I think from this I am trying to work on that to balance up myself. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you too. So Vichaline Muki says she's 8. You want to explain to us?
Okay,
Muki.
yes.
All right. Okay.
Thank you so much, mommy.
Thank you
Yeah.
too.
I believe a lot in loyalty and I believe in people. I believe that everybody is unique in their own way and everybody can never be the same. Everybody
And
have their
so,
attitudes and their characters depending on their environment, depending on their life experiences. So I try as much as possible to see people the way, or to address people the way I want them to address me.
address, awesome, awesome,
Yeah. So,
awesome.
but one thing I don't like is disrespect. When
Okay.
I'm disrespected,
Mm.
I might just be snobbish, which is not
Mm.
a good attitude,
Or you give them the
because
piece of your heart.
I might not talk, but I will just ignore you. And I'm trying to work on it because I know it's not a good attitude. I feel that more communication is better than just living out yourself, or just coming out of that environment. Thank you, ma.
Awesome. Thank you as well. Okay, so we're moving to the next, because we have two values for today. Sorry. Okay, there's the other one. Sorry, let me quickly. Sorry. Relationship. So number 2 says, what benefit would you receive by improving on your rating? What benefits would you receive by improving on your rating? You can just drop them in the chat. Let me see if I can call any name. Who hasn't spoken? Bernhard has. Walter has. There's a Babatunde. I can see a Babatunde here. Then after Babatunde, a member. Okay. Oh, remember just even replied growth. Okay. Okay. So what benefit would you receive by improving your rating? Mr. Babatunde, you want to tell us? Excuse me. A member says growth. That one of the benefits you would receive is by growth. Okay. Modipa says attract more like minds. Okay. Building better and solid relationships. That's correct.
Why? Eh?
Okay. Then number 3, how? Sorry.
Yeah, I said it's
Do
okay
you,
now.
Miss Lucky, please mute yourself.
okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
we
So
can.
thank you. Thank you. So who do you know that exemplifies this quality? What do you admire most about that person? Okay. Alwali. Can I hear a response? Get a response from you, Mr. Alwali. Who do you know?
Yes,
Thank you.
present.
Yeah. So
My
let's
name is
hear.
Umar. I'm here from Damaturu Yobe State.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, you want to hear what?
Yeah, so I said,
A-
who do you know that exemplifies this quality of a relationship that you admire?
I
And what
think
do you admire most about that person?
one of the best qualities I've seen currently is my present principal, the leader of
Okay.
our school.
Okay.
These kinds of qualities, they just roll over him like second nature. And how do I put this? He has developed this kind of strong relationship with his staff and, and colleagues, and he has always
Awesome.
been there for them. He advises them,
Awesome.
he gives them, he listens to them. And I think these kind of qualities are one of those things that I really admire, and if possible, I think every leader should have these kind of qualities.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Awesome. That's great. Thank you, Mr. Wali. Now, lastly, what specific action can you take immediately that will improve your rating?
Mine also.
Okay, no, let somebody else say. Thank
Okay.
you, Mr. Wali. Thank
Okay,
you.
I will say taking action. I will say taking action immediately in correcting or you will find out that we are not meeting up to.
Okay. Etel Chinenye, thank you. Etel Chinenye raised her hand. Okay, so let's have you, Etel Chinenye.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
I
What
think
specific action can you take immediately that will improve your rating?
okay, like because I'm afraid of getting into relationship easily, and from the session today, I have seen that we should open up more to relationship, not allow our past, maybe mistrust or misuse of relationship to color the future one. So I will always let go of if there's any past relationship that is not palatable, I should always let go of it and focus on the positive ones, and also be open to make friends and relationships to work and stronger. That's the things I will do to make my rating to come up.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Somebody said, I want to listen with care and also check on people more often. Well done. So I have blessing. Let me have blessing. For me, it's taking action by rebuilding my relationships. Well done. Blessing Jila. So what action would you take? Specific action. Blessing in Jila.
Okay, Blessing in July from Jos here in Nigeria. Okay, I think the first thing I would do is to change my narrative and perspective about relationship. Open up my mind cautiously and change this relationship by getting to know that part that is in that person that I want to emulate, then cautiously take that step, eradicate that perspective and narrative I had before, and begin to welcome new ideas into my life, and then take actions towards having a better relationship with people around me. And because the only thing and the only way I can make this fast is when I put it into action. I think will go with working more with action than words. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the chats as well. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So now it's almost 7 here in Nigeria. So let's quickly move to success to significance. We'll move to success to significance. Okay, so I'm playing from my end, please. I think it's 7. Excuse me. Let me find the video. What just happened? Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get the video to play for us. I think it's 6. 6. No. Sorry, please. It's 5. Okay. Most of success is significant. I'm trying to get the video for us, please. Success of significance. Sorry, Mr. Jonah, please, do you have the success to significance video?
Yes, I'm trying to play it now.
Oh, okay. I think I've even seen it. That's 7. Okay. All right. I used to play it for us, sir. Okay. Okay. So let me share screen and play it. 1 minute, please. 1 minute.
Today I want to talk to you about everyday essentials for living a life of significance. One of my favorite things is to sit around with good friends at a good meal and ask questions. And one of my favorite questions when we're doing that is to ask them, what's the best advice that you ever received? It's such an enlightening time. Good food, good friends, and they begin sharing the best advice they ever received. And you learn so much wisdom in a conversation like that. Well, the best advice that I ever received was from my father when I graduated from college, getting ready to start my life of ministry. I sat down with Dad and said, okay, Dad, I've got my education kind of under my belt now. I'm getting ready to go to my first congregation. What advice do you have for me that will allow me to be real successful as a pastor? Dad shared with me, John, intentionally every day. Value people, believe in people, and unconditionally love them. Wow. Value them, believe in them, unconditionally love them. He said, John, value them because the people that come into your congregation, many of them have never felt valued. Believe in them because very few people have put belief in them. And unconditionally love them because, John, most people have never felt unconditional love in their life. He said, if you'll do those 3 things, you'll always have a crowd. Every message I've ever preached, I have that grid of valuing, believing, and unconditionally loving people. Every meeting that I'm in, I have that grid of valuing, believing, unconditionally loving people. It has become my North Star. It helps me to focus and form everything that I'm wanting to do with people. A long time ago, I learned that there was a major difference between success and significance. In success, the focus is on me, and I'm basically asking myself, how can I add value to me? Nothing wrong with that. We all start off life that way, and that's how we start building our career. How can I build my career? How can I add value to me? But there needs to come a time in your life, as there's come a time in mine, when I don't want to be a ladder climber as much as I want to be a ladder builder. And I began asking the question, the significance question. You see, the significance issue, the focus is always on others, and I ask, how can I add value to people? There's a world of difference between how do I add value to me, success, and how do I add value to others, significance. And I want you to take that journey from success to significance. And in today's roundtable, we're going to give you my rule of 5, things that I do every day to add value to others. They're so simple, but they are so significant. Up until now, you've been learning, you've been asking questions, you've been sharing, you've been thinking, you've been applying stuff to your own personal life. But today I'm going to talk to you about leading your own roundtable group. In other words, become a multiplier and begin to add value to others. And the greatest way to add values to others and live that life of significance is to lead your own roundtable group. So nothing I've said to you in times past has been important to what I'm saying to you right now. I wrote a book several years ago called The 17 Laws of Teamwork, and one of the laws is the law of significance, and the law of significance simply says one is too small a number to achieve greatness. If you're going to achieve greatness, you got to do it in a group. That's why we do roundtables. You leading a group of others, together achieving greatness. You can do with others in that roundtable group what you cannot do by yourself. And intentional living is literally a bridge to significance. You see, selfishness is on one side and significance is on the other, and they're both incompatible. And intentional living is that bridge that gets you from selfishness to significance. But my little grandchildren, my two oldest, their cousins, Hannah and Maddie, when they were 3 and 4, they used to have what they call their Papa list, and they would be visiting me, and they'd come down every morning and say, Papa, let's do this today, let's do this today, let's do this. Can I taste something? Their Papa list was all about them. And it's okay, they're 3 years old. They are naturally babies, they're selfish. But there's something wrong when we begin to be 30 and we still have a Papa list all about us. You see, the difference between success and significance is very simple. Success is about me. Significance is about others. And leading a round table, facilitating round table, takes you into that significant world, because significance is intentionally thinking about others and then adding value to them. And you can lead your own round table, and you can start experiencing that significance right now. You don't have to reach a certain age. You don't have to have a certain level of success. You can do it now. And significance begins when you have a heart to help others, and you can do that. Now, in today's roundtable, we're going to tell you how you can start leading a group. But before you get into that, just look at me for a moment. I've invested in you, and I believe in you. My name's John, and I'm your friend. And I want you today to write down the names of people that you're going to lead in a round table. And when you finish that list and you finish that round table discussion, you call them. And you start, not next year, you start now living that life of significance. Trust me. After about 3 or 4 round table teachings, lessons, and leadership that you facilitate, inside you'll begin to smile and you'll say, John Maxwell is right. Significance is all about others. And facilitating and leading a round table is the quickest way I know for you to begin your significant journey. God bless you. Get started.
Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Very good, very good, very good. Thank you so much. So, okay, Mr. Vatua. Sorry if I didn't pronounce the name well. Okay, so I was going to ask some questions. I'll take Mr. Vatua, then Ms. Foluke, sorry, Ms. Foluke. So let me have Mr. Vatua first, then Ms. Foluke can, they raised their hands. Thank you, success to significance. Oh, thank you, Mr. Prince. All right, so Mr. Vatu, sorry, I didn't get the name properly. I didn't say the name well. So you raised your hand to say something, and then Foluke, Vatu Nzabaimana. Okay, you want to say something?
Hello, I'm here.
Okay, okay. So you raised your hand.
So it was a mistake, sorry.
Okay, so Miss Foluke, you raised your hand as well? Or Mrs., I'm sorry, if it's Mrs. You want to say something? Okay, so let me.
I think it was a mistake.
Oh, okay. So intentional living is what brings you from what? Do you know I always ask questions now? So intentional living is what brings you from. I was going to say the answer.
From
Intentional
success
living
to
To significant.
significance.
Yay. Who said it first? Okay. So intentional living is what brings you from selfishness to being significant. Right? Are we there?
Yes.
Okay. So it brings you one from being self-centered, thinking about, success is about self, right? So it brings you from that point of being I'm successful to what? Being significant. Thank you. Thank you. Significance begins when you do what? Significance begins when you have hey, I said the answer. Significance begins when you have what?
When you have the heart to help others.
To help others. Thank you. Thank you. Now, significance is what? All about.
All about others.
Intentionality.
The significance is, we've said intentional living is what brings you from selfishness to significance. Now, significance is all about
Others.
Significance is all about
Adding value
intentionally
to
thinking
others.
about others.
Others.
Thank you very
Adding
much.
value.
When you're intentional, you know, we all need, like when we read about relationship, when you listen with a focused heart. It's not easy listening to somebody with a focus that we have to be intentional about it. So significance is all about others. You want to grow a relationship, you need to be what? Intentional. When you're intentional, you come out from being self-centered, from being just successful to being significant, because you are then able to touch a heart, you are then able to touch other people, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. So, Mr. Jonah, please, can you share the slide for the ebook? I don't seem to have that one, please. Mr. Jonah, if he's here. Mr. Jonah.
Yes, I am on it.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. So, people won't go along with you except they do what? It was said in the video. People won't go along with you except they. Should I say it?
Please say it.
Yes.
Should I say it?
Yes, please.
Okay, so people won't go along with you except they can get along with you. Can two be together except they be in agreement? No. So if people don't agree with you, if people don't accept your principles, they will not they won't go along with you. True or false?
True.
That's very true. That's very true. Now, from success to significance, every day is essentials for living good life of significance. Every day is what? Essential. We need to live a life of significance every day. And how do we do this? How do we get to this point? It's just one word. It's just one word.
Value people.
You said?
Value
I
people.
want to ask, I have already finished the round table for this session. If I may continue again, and I have certificate for it.
Yeah, you have a certificate, a participant certificate, sir.
Yes,
So when
I
you hold
have.
your round table, you now have a facilitator certificate. Is that good, sir?
Sorry?
I said, for being here, you're going to have a certificate of participant. So when you hold your own round table, you get a certificate of being a facilitator after you've held your own round table, sir.
Okay.
Is it clear?
I have a certificate for participant, but
Yes.
if
Oh, you
I
have it
get
already.
certificate for facilitator, I will continue to learn. Thank
You
you.
have you hold your own round table. Thank you. Okay, so I said every day is
You're welcome.
essential for living a good life of significance is intentionality. Because we are humans, not everybody we might just feel, is it only me? I'm tired. I can't. But when you're intentional, no matter what you're going through, no matter the pain, you just tell yourself, hey, see, I need to push myself, right?
Right.
Awesome. So intentionally every day, we need to do three things like John Maxwell said. Mr. John, please, are you still trying to share the screen?
The screen is up already.
Oh, how come I can't see it? Okay. Oh, thank you so very much, sir. Thank you so very much, sir. Okay, their values are there already. So the 5 everyday essentials of significance. Okay. Okay, so Nancy, can you please read for us, please? From the 5 everyday essentials of significance. Okay, Nancy can hear me.
Let
Yeah,
someone
who
do
else?
it. I'm not prepared.
Okay. Okay. Should I go on and read? The 5 everyday essentials of being significant. John teaches that there are 5 everyday essentials for living a life of significance, and they are simple practices that everyone can do right away. So somebody please read value 1 for me. Okay, somebody's hand is raised. Somebody's hand is raised. The
It
other,
says
yes, yeah.
value people. You will only add
Go
value to
ahead, the
people
other.
if you see value in people.
Yeah, please go ahead, Dana.
Value people every day. Okay. You cannot believe people are unimportant and add value to them at the same time. John learned the lesson from his father, who's undervalued, insecure, and lost. If you show them and you love them unconditionally, you will make it difference. When you value yourself and you value others, you create a situation that makes life better for everyone.
As in, when you value yourself and you value others, you create a circle of positive interaction that makes life better for everyone. This is very true. Yes, let's move on, please. Let's move on. Very, very, very true. Now, number two. I know we've spent time. We're going to finish at 7. Okay.
Think ahead about ways to add value to people every day.
So go ahead, please. Read for us.
Think ahead about ways to add value to people every day. People who make a difference think about ways to add value to people ahead of time. They are proactive about it. A quick look at your day's calendar in the morning can provide ideas for adding value. Where will you be going? Who will you be meeting? In what ways might you help people? Opportunities are endless if you are intentional in your thinking. Adding value to others doesn't need to be anything big or expensive. It just needs to be thoughtful, begin your day by thinking about specific ways to add value to people.
Awesome. Okay, so before I go on, Mr. Prince raised his hand and Bernhard Klanya. So let's quickly have it before we read the next one. Mr. Prince and
Okay. Number three, look for
okay,
ways to
thank you.
add. Number three, look for ways to add value to people every day. In
Every
his book,
day.
Winning with People, John C. Maxwell writes about the lens principle, the Leto principle, which is who we are determines how we see others. For example, if we are selfish, we look for others to add value to. If we are selfish, we look for others to add value to us. If we desire significance, we look for ways to add value to others in life. You either add
Awesome.
to or subtract from others. Those who subtract focus on taking for themselves. Those who add focus on giving to others. As you go through your day, which mindset do you have? If you have a mindset to give, you will care about people's needs and look for ways to meet them. You will see your day as a series of opportunities to help people.
To
Thank you.
help people. Thank you. Yes, Kalina, you raised your hand. Sorry, I didn't get your name, bro. Yeah, the next person that raised her hand.
Number 4.
Yes, thank you.
Do things that.
Ooh, your mic.
I'm number 4.
Yes, we can't really hear you. We can't really hear you. I think your mic issues.
Okay. Number 4.
Okay, please help us to mute the mic. Thank you. But that means we won't be able to hear you. Okay, so who else raised their hands, please? Who else raised their hands, please? Okay, I think this is Mr. Smart, I guess. Okay. Mutiko.
Number 4.
Okay. Okay.
Should Mutiko go or should I go?
Okay, Mr. Smart, you've spoken, so please let's hear from Michiko.
Do things that add values. Do things that add value to people every day. Is it possible to add value to people? Think about adding value to them and look for ways to add value to them. Yet, still not be a person of significance. Unfortunately, the answer is yes. The key to significance is taking action. You can only make the difference if you actually follow through and do things that add value to others. Otherwise, you only have good intentions, and good intentions don't produce results. Only intentional living does. John C. Maxwell starts every day by asking himself 2 questions. At the beginning of every day, he asks himself, who will I add value to today? And at the end of every day, he asks, who did I add value to today? If he cannot identify a specific action done for a specific person, he knows he has not been intentional enough that day.
Thank you. Okay. So while number 5 is scrolling up, thank you, Mr. Smart. While Klanya, Okay, Claudia, your mic, is it clear now? Okay, so let's hear you, Claudia.
Encourage others to add value to people every day. Value to
I
others.
like the fact that you, yeah, trying to read it. I like the fact, yeah.
Am I too fast?
No, it's your mic. There's a distortion.
Okay. What about now? Do I continue?
Okay.
If you are using earpiece, please put your mouth to it, sir.
Okay, did you hear that, Mr. Clara?
Do I continue?
Okay, so he said if you
Yes.
are using a mouthpiece, put your mouth to the mouthpiece. It's probably the distortion road. Yeah.
Okay. So I think as encourage others to add value to people every day.
Better.
Significance begins with you, but it's meant to be shared. As you develop the day habit of adding value to others, begin encouraging others to do the same. You'll be amazed at the impact you can make when you partner with others to make a difference. Experts say that even the most introverted people will influence over 10,000. Okay, will influence 10,000 others in their lifetime. Every someone, there are two kinds of. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ooh, thank you.
Benhart.
Yeah, Mr. Bernard, please, you can mute now. Thank you. So it said something here. It said everyone is influencing someone. Ultimately, there are two kinds of people. So I want to quickly ask this. Which of this do you belong? Those who had value and those who receive value? Those who had value or those who receive value? Anyone wants to say something? Okay. Muki says she had value. I am both. Remember, says she's both. Okay, Ethel, Chineye, your hands is up. Your hands is up.
Yes, I am both. I receive value and I add value.
Okay.
Correct.
Ayobami.
Correct.
Ayobami.
Yes, ma. Good evening, ma. Well done, ma. I am both.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well done,
It is
everyone.
right
Okay.
also to receive.
I am both, too. All right. All right. So over the past weeks, you have been learning valuable success principles, making changes to your life and learning how to make a difference. Now it's your turn to take a tangible step of significance by doing what? Valuing people every day, thinking ahead of how to add value to people every day, looking for ways to add value to people every day, doing things that add value to people every day, and encouraging others to add value to people every day. Facts about the journey to significance. Okay. Facts about the value to significance. It takes time. Yeah, I agree. It's not in what you can't tell yourself, okay, let's say you want to start waking up 4 a.m. every day. Does it mean the next day you're going to wake up 4 a.m.? You have to discipline yourself. You have to take steps to get there. So yes, it takes time. Now it's a process that requires commitment. It takes us out of our comfort zone. Very true. Very true. Now the big question is, once you've learned something, do you have a heart to share it with others? Or do you hold it for yourself? Success is indeed a journey, but if you stop at adding value to others, you miss the reward of significance. May we not miss the reward of significance. Now, the essentials of significance are not hard, but they do require intentionally. They do require intentionally. Embrace them, and you will feel fulfillment. Make your world a better place and begin your story of significance every day. Okay. Oops. Okay. So I remember the very first, my first equip outing that I had. You know, I just told myself, I mean, this is it. Even if I'm not getting paid, this is just it. I have to, you know, I felt so much love. Seriously, I felt so much love. I felt I've been added to. I felt that transformation. You know, transformation begins from inside of you. I felt that transformation. I said, no, I can't, this cannot be me alone. I have to share this, you know, and that's what that's how we should all be hungry to, you know, touch somebody, touch the world. And it begins by one person after the other. One person after the other. You can even start from your family. You can start your roundtable from your family. I started mine from my home, my family. I got some, I started with my boys first, my 3 boys at home, and then I got their friends and I just got them popcorn, and you know, they were so eager. You know, I got them popcorn and we had a swell time. Now, choose something you underline that is important to you. Take 1 minute to tell everyone what you would choose and why it is important to you. Self-assessment now. Take 1 or 2 minutes to share your response to the following questions. We might not have time to take everybody's responses because of time. Now, which one of these actions do you think, you can put it in the chat, please. Which one of these actions do you find to be the most difficult for you? Placing a high value on people every day, thinking ahead about ways to add value to people every day, looking for ways to add value to people every day, doing things to add value to people every day, encouraging others to add value to people every day, and why. Take 1 or 2 minutes. Now you can put them in the chat. Take 1 or 2 minutes to share your reasons to the following questions. Which one of these actions do you find to be the most difficult for you? Which one of it is most difficult for you? Is it placing a high value on people every day? Is it thinking ahead about ways to add value? I mean, I think that's even the simplest. Number 2, I think is the simplest. Thinking ahead about how to add value to people every day. Looking for ways to add value to people every day. Doing things to add value to people every day. Encouraging others to add value to people every day. And why? So let's get them coming. Let's get them coming. Your charts. Which is the most difficult for you and why? Okay, Mr. Ayo's hand is up. Okay, somebody says number 5. That's encouraging others to add value to people every day. Why do you say that? I find it difficult to make, okay. Why do you say that?
Well done once again, ma. The reason,
thank you.
Yes, the reason is because it's difficult. It's quite difficult sometimes getting people to see from your side of view, that is encouraging others. You know, it's not everyone that sees the need to help others. So sometimes when it's done on you to do things, people look at you as if, what's wrong with you? You know, encouraging, trying to, as much as I try to, but it's the most difficult for me among the 5 steps.
The 5, okay.
Yeah.
So Mookie says, I find it difficult to make others add value to people every day in my field. So why do you say that, Mookie? Why do you say that, Mookie?
Yes, ma. I find it difficult because I'm an English language teacher and I also teach my colleagues digital skills, how to integrate digital skills into their teaching.
Okay.
We organize webinars and seminars, but it's always a challenge for me to convince or to persuade colleagues to share their knowledge with teachers. They will
Others.
always say that
Okay.
I cannot do it. I don't have time. They always give an excuse not to do it. I'm not intelligent as you. So sometimes they look at me as though I'm overdoing it. They see me like I'm too intelligent. I'm overdoing the thing. So I feel discouraged at times because they are not encouraging. Because I feel that if we come together as a team, will impact the community more than me
True.
just doing it alone or just with
Alone.
maybe two teachers. Yeah.
Very true. Okay, so I'll go through the chat. Now, which of the actions in the above list do you find the easiest and why? Which do you find the easiest and why? Chats, keep them coming. Yes, please, Mr. Jonah, please let me just scroll up, please. Thank you. Doing things to add value to others, someone says. Number 4, okay. So number 4. Okay.
Okay, let me speak again.
All right then.
I for me it's an opportunity. I see it as an opportunity to serve your community, impacting your world with the investments of your personality. I believe in leaving the world a better place than how you met it.
Method,
So
true.
I always try as much as possible to give a listening ear, to share the knowledge I have. I am also a pastor. I pastor a church.
Awesome.
I teach students. I volunteer a lot in the community. Each time there I have an opportunity to volunteer to do something, I always do it because I feel it is not always about the money. It's about your passion. It's about fulfilling purpose. So I don't see it as a challenge, even if money is not involved. To me, I like doing it, so it keeps me going. So it's easy for me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. So let me ask Madam Lydia. Madam Lydia, what action plan do you intend to do this week, Madam Lydia? Because I know I've not heard from Madam Lydia at all. Then Mr. Jeremiah as well. Mr. Jeremiah.
Good evening, ma.
Good evening. Good evening. Okay, so what action plan do you intend to do this week?
Okay, the action plan I intend to do is I'll make sure that I impact people's life positively. If there is a way I can render a little help in any way I feel I can to make sure people feel comfortable or people are happy or life goes on, especially I'm in Nigeria, especially in this harsh economic condition in Nigeria, just to make sure people are comfortable and happy and they entrust everything to the hands of God. Also, I'll encourage them to
All
that
right.
the
Thank
future
you.
is in the hands of God.
Of
They
God.
should trust
Thank you.
everything to the hands of God.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you as well. Blessing says, find it easy to encourage others. Okay, Mr. Ayo, I think you've been raising your hands for a while. Mr. Ayo, I think it's Ayo that I'm seeing there. So that we round up. We've taken so much time. Mr. Ayo, are you ready to speak? Okay, Mr. Jeremiah, can we have you? Mr. Jeremiah. Okay. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining in. I mean, we've okay. Mr. Ayobam, I called you, but I don't know. Yeah, you want to quickly say something before we round up?
Sorry, it was a mistake.
Okay. Okay. So we've learned, how do I become significant? By adding value. By adding value. And please take attendance. Attendance is very vital. And I can see that Mr. Jonah has been sending the link for you to register to take your attendance. So please, attendance is very important as well for you to get your certificates. Okay, so we've gone through the this 3 weeks. I mean, it's not a 3 weeks of race. We've learned a lot. You've been, like John said, I've invested in you. So we've learned a lot. So how do I become significant? By taking these things that you have learned from this roundtables and sharing with others in your own roundtables as well. Okay, so you can check the chat box for the link. You can check the chat box. The chat box for the link, it sends the link in the chat box, so you can check for the link so that you can register. So how many of us are making up our minds they are going to take action? I mean, from this roundtable today, you are taking action that this week I'm meeting with other people, I'm making impact. Okay, that's it again. That's the attendance. That's the attendance. Okay, Mutuku. I'm taking action this week. I have to be significant. Now, success is about yourself. Success is when you think about yourself. How can I get better? How can I do better? But significance is when you're looking at somebody else. How can I help somebody else win? How can I help somebody else? How can I add value to somebody else? So this week, our action point should be, what am I going to do to impact somebody else? What am I going to do to impact somebody else? How can I help somebody else get better? How can I help somebody else win? How can I help somebody else, add joy into somebody else's life? So that should be our action point for this week. How many of, with your hands raised, I'm sure I expect to see every hand raised. How many of us are going to have our round tables? Today is Thursday, because how many of us are ready to go and have our round table? Yep, I can see Mr. Prince. How many of us? Lydia, Madam Love. Thank you. Lydia, okay. Bernhard, Diana. Thank you for the hands. Thank you for the hands, Madam Blessing, Master Ayo, Blessing Jilla. Thank you. Thank you, Smart. Thank you, everyone. And you'll be empowered. Madam Fatima, I can see
Yes.
your hands raised. Okay.
Oh no, that was a mistake. I was trying to send an emoji. Thank you very much for a
Thank
very
you.
interactive and informative session. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. So we can, I don't know, any words, Madam Fatima, Master Smart, before we end the meeting?
Yes. Thank you so much. It's been a very wonderful session. It's just, I'm familiar with J.C. Maxwell. I read his books a lot. The first one I read was 21 Irrefutable Laws
of Leadership.
Leadership. Then I read 15 Laws of Teamwork, read Failing Forward, and so many others. Roadmap to Success and the rest. But it's really eye-opening. But the only thing is, as I said in the first session, I would have loved to join Equip if I had made up my mind earlier. But yet, it's not too late. I'm still open to it. I will be a part of it. Yeah. So you are welcome. Thank you so much. And the part I
Thank you
love
as
so much
well.
is making things happen for others. That has been my trademark. I know. When people work with me, I always ensure that the focus goes to them. I don't really like I don't really like being in the limelight, but when it comes, well, even if it is just for 5 minutes, I take it, and that's been really wonderful. And it's a great session, and I know we have
Thank
learned
you.
so much. And from your own end too, you're a very good facilitator. I think
Oh,
NMT
thank
Cream, I think
you.
we can give it up to her. Claps, claps,
Thank you.
hearts, emoji, so much as much as we can. Let's give it to her. Thank you so much,
Really a good facilitator. Thank
Mrs.
you
Thank
so much,
you.
Mr.
Margaret.
Gray.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
Uh,
so much. All right then.
the other part I love so much is when he was talking about relationship. When I meet people, the first thing I look for is how do we look alike? What is the similarity between us? What connection can we have? Myself and you, I know there is a connection we have. That Okunlenu looks like an Ijebu name. I wouldn't know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, and and as far as I'm concerned, I grew up in Ijebu. So I know there is always a relationship. Whenever I see people, I look for what is common with us rather than what is the difference between us. Thank you so much. And I think that will make it even much better for me to get greater relationship. And
This is a big mistake.
Mrs. Ajia, over
Yes.
to you, ma. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
All right,
Thank
all
you.
right,
Thank
all
you.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you all filled in the form, the link that is being shared in the chat so you can get your attendance certificates. Thank you for joining. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank
I
you.
hope you all learned so much. And this is very similar to the message that we pass on in 1 million teachers as well. You rise by lifting others. So you can only rise, you can only be significant by leaving other people. Thank you so much,
Yes.
Margaret.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's
I'm
been a
honored.
pleasure
I'm honored.
having you. Okay, so
All right then.
next week there is a session on Friday that you've been seeing the posters about the tutor, this tutor agency, and our CEO, Mr. Hakim. So we will post it on the WhatsApp groups again. We will not have a session next Thursday because of this session that we will be having next Friday. It's going to, you have to register for that as well. So it is the repositioning education, teaching and tutoring for sustainability. So make sure you register for repositioning, teaching and tutoring for sustainability. It's going to be on a Friday, next Friday the 13th, a live webinar with Mr. Hakim Zubair and Godwin Benson. So we look forward to seeing everybody during that session. Have a great week and see you next week. Did you want to say something, Mr. Smart?
Moreover, I think it's on Zoho, not on Zoom. Please, they should download Zoho. ZOHO.
No, it's done. So
Okay.
I've downloaded it already.
Yes.
Okay, download Soho,
Yeah.
whatever it is, and we'll see you all
Yeah, Zoho.
online next week. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm going to stop the recording. Okay, bye-bye.
You leave it until you get it.